want to thank you for being here tonight. And I want to thank Mayor Gantte from Dandridge, who's with us tonight. We may have Mayor Warren from White Pine to join us as well, but we're going to go ahead and get started and move forward. I do also want to let you know that Mayor Potts is chairing a county commission meeting tonight, and he is in the process of requesting emergency funding for programs that meet the needs of our citizens, one of those being senior nutrition. So we're thankful for that, and we understand where he is tonight as well. I also want you to know that Mayor Potts had tagged this season, this coronavirus time, as Community Comes Together 2020. And you're going to see that on a lot of things coming and going. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It is Community Coming Together 2020, and that's why we're here tonight. We're going to speak with a united voice because the issues that face us face all of us, and we are a community. Let me share with you just some information that is available. Jefferson County now has 3 confirmed cases of the coronavirus, according to the health department. And so we are monitoring that going forward. I also want to let you know about the GIS website link that is on the Jefferson County website. It is an excellent resource for Jefferson Countyans. It is specific to our county and our residents. It is updated daily, and I can't say enough about the work that Larry Masters and some of the others do on our GIS task force. They are keeping us informed, and I encourage you to visit that website and perhaps even link to it on a regular basis. If you or someone you know is experiencing a fever, shortness of breath, coughing, please call your doctor. That's the advice I could give you. Call your doctor. Please continue to wash your hands with soap and warm water. Use sanitizer that contains 60% alcohol or more, and avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Please avoid close contact with other individuals, maintaining that social distancing of a minimum of 6 feet. Please, if you are sick, stay home. Do not go to work. Do not go out into the community. Do not go into the public sphere. And if you're able, please continue to clean and disinfect frequently the surfaces that you touch. These are the guidelines that come to us from the CDC and from the health department. And if we will do these things, we will be better prepared as we go forward. Here's some information that I'd like to share with you tonight that we would like all of our citizens to be aware of. Governor Lee has issued a couple of executive orders this week. Order number 17 prohibits the social gathering of 10 or more people. And so we encourage our community to adopt that. Please refrain from getting into groups larger than 10 individuals. The executive order also states that gyms and fitness centers are to be closed temporarily. Food service businesses are to exclusively offer drive-through, takeout, or delivery service only. So that means the in dining areas in our restaurants are now closed, but you can continue to take out, drive-through, or offer delivery service. Some of them are doing that as we speak. The executive order also talks about visitation at the hospital, nursing homes, retirement homes, and long care term facilities. This is being limited to those who either have an appointment or those who have essential need to be there with a loved one. Please just refrain from visitation. The businesses are encouraged to enact policies that take extra steps to help the vulnerable by creating measures such as shopping hours exclusive for different parts of the general public. All of those were ordered by Governor Lee this week. Another executive order came out, Executive Order 18, which asks citizens to postpone elective surgery, elective dental processes and appointments. So please keep that in mind as we go forward. And of course, an earlier order this week from the governor and passed by the General Assembly allows governments and city entities to operate meetings by electronic means. And that's new for us, and each one of our communities, including our county government, will no doubt explore those options and try to follow the guidelines that have been set before us. We'll keep you aware as to how you can continue to monitor that and be a part of that as we go forward. Ask our citizens to please continue to monitor the CDC in Atlanta and the Tennessee Department of Health for the latest information. We ask you to follow their requirements for personal health and information. And again, if you need a quick link to that, the GIS website on the county's website is a great place to find that information. At this time, I want to call on my friend Mayor Gantte from Dandridge, and he's going to speak a little bit about what's happening in Dandridge and speak directly to the citizens of the town of Dandridge and talk about what folks need to know in that community, and then I'll follow up with Jefferson City. So, Mayor Gantte.
Thank you, Mitch. I'm going to read, this is a press release from the Mayor of the town of Dandridge. I'm George Gantte. All cities within our county have come together to strategize a plan to help feed those individuals who have lost their food sources during this time. I would like to thank Chris Shockley and his staff at the Field of Dreams Activity Center for helping coordinate the distribution of all food in Jefferson County. Since our activity center is closed, we have been preparing and getting ready to stage weekly food boxes out of the activity center. New Market Fire Department, Jefferson City employees, White Pine Town employees, and Dandridge Town employees are all working to make this possible for our county residents. I would like to thank all churches in Jefferson County who have provided food and other supplies to help our residents. I would also like to thank the county government for working to appropriate $10,000 for food to be purchased through the second harvest. A big thank you goes out to John Thompson and the Dandridge Ministerial Association for having enough food on hand so that this week's food can go out to our residents in the county. I would like to thank Bush Brothers and Scott Schroeder for allowing Bush's Cafe to cook all the daily hot meals for our residents who are in need. That's about 40 meals a day that they're preparing. I would like to thank Chip Owery at the Newport Bargain Barn for helping the community providing food containers. And the town of Dandridge was able to get a pallet this past Friday and deliver them to Bush's Cafe for our residents. Bush's also has provided 1,000 pounds of dried beans to help with the residents who are receiving the food boxes. I'd also like to thank Joe Gibson at Walmart for their participation in helping feed our community. During this time, the cooperation of all the individuals above and all city and county officials has been outstanding. The top priority has been to take care of our citizens to the best of our ability. As far as the town of Dandridge goes, we have split up our workforce into the Water Department and Public Works Department. This was done to ensure that if one individual were to test positive for COVID-19, we could continue to provide services to the town. Also, the town met on March the 14th to discuss the new budget, which will go into effect July the 1st. Since this meeting, our town administrator, Matt Rudder, has been working on a completely new budget, which would allow the town to provide basic services to our residents for the coming year. Dandridge is blessed to have over $2 million in our general fund account, which would allow the town to operate on basic services if necessary in the coming budget year. Our fire department, our police department have been working with EMS and other agencies in our county to plan on medical responses when and if needed. Mayor Potts and all city mayors have been in contact on a daily basis with the governor and his office, planning for our entire state and our local communities. I want to thank the citizens of our community for staying home as much as possible to protect everyone in our community. I would like to thank every business that has modified the operations of their business to protect the consumer as well as the employees. I would especially like to thank Dandridge Hardware for being very proactive. After conversation with the town, they have elected to serve their customers by phone orders and curbside service. I would like to encourage other businesses to follow this model. If your business would allow, I urge residents of Dandridge and Jefferson County to continue to try to stay a minimum of 6 feet away from other individuals, refrain from public gatherings, and refrain from non-essential travel. This will help us get through this crisis much quicker and with less risk to our community's health. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mayor Gantte. Folks, as you can see, this is truly community coming together. Let me speak a little bit about Jefferson City specific, some proactive measures that our city government is taking for our citizens. As most of you know, the Jefferson City Community Center is closed. It will remain closed indefinitely. The Jefferson City Senior Center is also closed indefinitely, as are the senior citizen centers across the county. Our parks and recreational facilities are open for the health and enjoyment of our citizens, but no scheduled activities or gatherings will be allowed until further notice. City government offices remain open. Public safety, infrastructure, and utilities are stable. Jefferson City residents are encouraged to apply social distancing efforts. And as yesterday, I announced the creation of the task force for the city of Jefferson City. This task force will be meeting weekly to determine the needs and assess the situations of our citizens and how we can respond best to those needs. So that will be ongoing for the next several weeks. I also want to mention that for trash and recycling in the city, we would like to ask folks to take their trash, put it in a bag, and bag it up, tie it up, so that all that's picked up is the bag. If you have recyclables, put them in the recyclable container. Do not set anything on the curbside or adjacent to it, as this will help our folks as we try to continue to run our routes for recyclable and trash pickup. Let me say a word about the local economy. As you heard Mayor Gantte, we need to help one another. And even in a time such as this, Jefferson City is still open for business. We need your support, and the local economy needs your support. Please use drive-through windows, curb service, or delivery options for our local restaurants. That's throughout the city and throughout the county, and Dandridge and White Pine as well. Eat lunch with these folks, eat dinner with them, and do the best that you can. Be confident in your shopping at the grocery store. Exercise good practices. And while some stores are offering special hours to accommodate portions of our residents and our citizens, particularly our seniors, I encourage others to follow suit. I look for opportunities to do curbside pickup, use disinfectant wipes when you're getting a grocery buggy, and please don't hoard. This supply is ample for all of us. Take what you need and leave some for your neighbor. All pharmacies in Jefferson City and Jefferson County will remain open for your medicine pickup and pharmaceutical needs. Many of our pharmacies have drive-through options. Gas stations remain open for fueling. I would advise you to wear gloves or at least use a tissue or other form to protect yourself from the handle. That's just good hygiene. After you fill up your tank, please use your hand sanitizer or wash your hands as quickly as possible. Many other businesses have drive-through options. Some offer special hours, some special pickup options. Those include Walmart and Lowe's, auto parts stores, hardware stores. If you have questions, call the local retailer before you go and ask them, how can they best serve you? What do you need to know in order to get out and to participate throughout the community? Our banks remain open through their drive-through windows. I would like you to consider or remember to utilize the food sources for students with the Jefferson County school system. I know here in Jefferson City, One of those distribution points is Jefferson Middle School, so I hope that you will continue to do that. And some businesses are going to be closed during this time, and others will remain open. We understand. Please exercise social distancing, wash your hands, and as much as possible, please continue to do business in Jefferson City and in Jefferson County. Our community truly does need your help. And finally, I want to talk to you just a minute about what I hope that you will have a heart for with your neighbors. As you heard Mayor Gantte talk about the need to volunteer and the need to serve, because we are a community, I could just only echo that. If in the days ahead, please call your family, your friends, your neighbors, and check on them. Make sure they're doing okay. Pick up that phone and maintain good neighbor relations. Offer to pick up groceries or supplies for a neighbor who may not be able to get out. If you're able to do that, I encourage you to do so. Volunteer to deliver meals or any other necessary resources in the community. Give generously when you can support. Give generously when you can to support your neighbors, support your church, and support your community. Be positive and encouraging on the use of electronic means. So when you're on Facebook and you're on other social media platforms, look for the facts, tell the truth, care for others, and be positive. And also engage in the other online opportunities and many other ways that we have as a community to worship. That's an important time. It's an important time now and always for us to be together in worship as we are able. I ask also that you pray for your neighbors, pray for your city and your county. I ask that you would pray for those that work to help us move through this difficult time in our season. Your city leaders remain in close contact with state, regional, and local leadership. As we've said, we are in constant contact with Mayor Potts and our other sister municipals here in the county. I remain in touch with the Tennessee Municipal League, with the governor's office, also with our elected officials in Nashville and our regional leaders. As I mentioned, the task force is ongoing, so that's giving us good advice. And above all, we as a city will continue to monitor the CDC and the Tennessee State Health Department guidelines. I just can only encourage folks to do the same. So I'd like to thank you for your attention during this night tonight. Thank you for your support during this difficult time. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your elected officials, email us, contact us with a need so that we may know how to respond. Thank you for tonight. God bless you.